Happy day! Welcome to our ATC video today. At ang topic po natin ngayon ay successful cancellation of the BIR Letter of Authority. Para po ito sa mga taxpayers or entrepreneurs or companies na may current BIR tax audit from the BIR through issuance of the Letter of Authority. Okay, sa mga taxpayers or mga students natin na willing matuto, paano ba makancel yung Letter of Authority? Because we have one ATC student who successfully canceled her company's letter of authority at ang pag-aaralan po natin ngayon ay paano niya na-cancel. Okay? So, sa mga company po na magsisimula pa lang or even yung mga companies na existing na but not yet registered sa Bureau of Internal Revenue, we highly recommend na mag-register po kayo sa BIR through Revenue District Office having jurisdiction over your place of business para maiwasan po yung problems in the future. Okay? And after registration po, ito po yung makukuha nyo, yung proof na nakapag-register na kayo sa BIR. Ang tawag po sa kanya, obviously naman, Certificate of Registration or COR, at otherwise known as BIR Form Number 2303. Meron po kayong makikitang number dito, BIR Form Number 2303. Okay? Isa lang siya. And one of the obligations of taxpayers after po mag-register sa BIR ng kanilang business or practice of profession or both ay yung ating filing and payment, if any, of different tax returns. Okay? However, hindi naman lahat kasi ng tax returns under our tax code ay applicable sa isang taxpayer. May mga applicable, may mga hindi applicable. Okay? Pero ang pag-uusapan kasi ngayon natin ay successful cancellation of the letter of authority. And after filing of the applicable tax returns, lalong-lalo na yung ating annual income tax returns, meron kasing presumptions yan na yung ating tax returns na ipinile ay tama. Ngayon, to determine, para malaman kung tama ba talaga yung ating tax return or hindi, nakapagbayad ba talaga tayo ng ating buwis, tamang buwis o hindi, doon na papasok yung letter of authority ng Bureau of Internal Revenue para i-audit tayo para malaman kung tama ba yung ating buwis na binayaran o hindi. Okay? At yan po yung kinakatakutan po ng karamihan ng taxpayers because wala namang benefits. Walang benefits sa taxpayer ang BIR tax audit. Ano lang yan, time-consuming, draining of our company's resources, and lots of stress kung hindi mo alam yung BIR tax audit. Okay? So, one of the letters na ma-receive natin sa Bureau of Internal Revenue ay wala nang iba kundi itong Letter of Authority. Makikita nyo po nakapangalan sa akin yan at under po ako ng audit, dated, pero tapos na. At ang stage ko ay nasa Final Decision on Disputed Assessment na FDDA. Naghihintay na lang ako ng decision ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue. And sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, kasi maraming hindi nakakaalam neto okay? Meron pong audit program ang Bureau of Internal Revenue. Matagal lang po ito, matagal na. Revenue Memorandum Order Number 19 Series of 2015. Nakalagay dito kung sino-sino yung taxpayers na dapat i-audit lang ng BIR. Okay? Ngayon, ito po yung letter of authority na natanggap ng ating ATC student, that is for the company niya. At mababasa po yung, kung mapapansin nyo po, pansinin nyo po yung heading sa itaas. Ang nakalagay ay Revenue Region Number 7A, Quezon City, and sa baba, Office Audit, Electronic Letter of Authority. Pag sinabi pong Office Audit, ang mag-audit niyan, hindi RDO, kundi taga Revenue Region, Assessment Division. Specifically, Revenue Region Assessment Division, not the Revenue District Office having the jurisdiction over the place of our business. Okay? Ngayon po, ang tanong kasi diyan, meron bang authority? Meron bang power, authority, and jurisdiction yung Revenue Assessment Division ng Revenue Region na mag-conduct ng tax audit sa taxpayers? Okay? Within their jurisdiction o within the jurisdiction of the said Revenue Region. Okay? Meron naman. At binabayan ng Bureau of Internal Revenue using the Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32/2018, ang tawag niyan ay Office Audit. Binibigyan ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue yung ng power to examine the taxpayers, yung mga revenue officers in the Revenue Assessment Division to conduct examination of the taxpayers' books of accounts and other accounting records. It was further amended by Revenue Memorandum Order Number 34/2018 and Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32/2019 and finally Revenue Memorandum Order Number 1 Series of 2021. Ngayon, ang nangyari kasi ganito. Okay? So, si taxpayer, alam niyo naman si Revenue Officer ng BIR, kapag nagpapareceive ng letters, including the letter of authority, hindi niya makita kung sino pa-receive niya, di ba? Nasaan po si ganitong taxpayer? Ay, wala po. Anong ginagawa niya? Pinapareceive niya doon sa sales clerk, sa security guard, kung sino man makikita niya doon na tao, di ba? Ganun ginagawa ni Revenue Officer eh. Pero kasi mali yan. Strict rule po natin dyan, dapat ang magre-receive lang ng letter of authority from the BIR ay 2 tao lang. Taxpayer, applicable to sa mga individual taxpayers, or duly authorized representative or DAR, applicable to sa mga corporations or yung mga juridical persons or juridical persons na nakaregister sa SEC, cooperatives na walang natural personality. Okay? So, kung hindi duly authorized representative yung nag-receive ng letter of authority and your company is a corporation or partnership or cooperative or association, okay? Merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process na tinatawag. Okay? So, pwede po natin i-invoke yung violation of taxpayers' right to due process because hindi duly authorized representative yung nag-receive ng LOA. Okay? In case, example, sa letter of authority in the case of the individual taxpayer, pina-receive lang sa sales clerk. Yung sales clerk ba ay merong special power of attorney to authorize him or her to receive letter of authority on behalf of the taxpayer. Kasi yung LOA, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naman naka-address yan sa mga sales clerk eh. Hindi naka-address yan sa security guard. Hindi naka-address yan kung sino-sinong mga empleyado, kundi sa taxpayer nga. Tama po ba? Kung ang company nyo ay corporation, dapat meron tayong board resolution authorizing that person to receive LOA on behalf of the corporation. Otherwise, violation of taxpayers' right to due process. At yun ang nangyari dito sa case na to, dito sa ating LOA from our ATC student. At ang nag-receive nitong LOA daw ay yung sales clerk na walang board resolution authorizing that sales clerk to receive LOA on behalf of the company. Tapos kung mapapansin nyo dun sa bandang ibaba, diba, may receive. Tapos may date kung kailan na-receive. Tama po ba? May pangalan kung sino nag-receive, tapos position, tapos kailan siya ni-receive. May date of receive. Eh, blanco. Ibig sabihin, meron talagang violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Hindi naman na-establish doon sa original copy. Ito yung kasing original eh. Original copy ng LOA kung sino talaga yung nag-receive. Okay? Hindi na ilagay yung pangalan doon sa original copy ng LOA. Kung sino talaga ang nag-receive ng LOA. So therefore, merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process at pwede nyo pong invoke yon to invalidate your LOA, which we use dito sa ating ATC student na letter of authority. So tinulungan natin siya. Okay? Another defense na pwede nyo pong invoke. Dito pa lang tayo sa stage ng letter of authority ha. Wala pa tayo sa stage ng assessment. Wala pang assessment notice dito. Wala pang notice of discrepancy. Wala pang preliminary assessment notice. Wala pang final assessment notice. Wala pang final decision on disputed assessment. LOA stage pa lang. Meron na kaagad mga lapses in the procedures in the issuance, receiving, and the selection of the LOA. So, pwede nyo pong invoke yung rights nyo because merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Okay? Next, yung selection code. Hindi kasi nasunod dito yung selection code. Yung selection code, yun yung dahilan, yung reason. Bakit ino-audit ng BIR yung taxpayer? Okay? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo po dito, yan po sa may sa may kaliwa nyo po, yan. Ay, kaliwa ko pala, kanan nyo. Okay? Sabi niya, the bearers thereof, Revenue Officer, Group Supervisor of Revenue Region Number 7A, Assessment Division. So, Revenue Region Assessment Division, revenue officers ng Revenue Region Assessment Division yung nag-audit sa'yo. Hindi revenue officers ng RDO. Ang tawag po dito ay office audit. Okay? Are authorized to examine your books of accounts and other accounting records for all internal revenue taxes, including documentary stamp tax, other taxes, for the period from January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2019, pursuant to Section 6A and Section 10C of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended. So ngayon po, meron na again, violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Kasi ang due process, ang sabi ng due process, sa office audit, ha? Ang sinabi ng due process sa office audit, hoy, mga revenue officers ng Revenue Region Assessment Division, i-audit nyo lang yung mga taxpayers dito. Nagbaba yung BIR Commissioner ng memorandum order for the office audit program ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. May threshold kasi dito, may threshold. So kung pasok sila sa threshold, pwede nyo siyang i-audit under office audit natin. Revenue Region Assessment Division ang mag-audit, no? Tapos inamyendahan siya neto, RMO 34 number 2018, RMO number 32 2019, and RMO number 1 series of 2021. So 3 amendments siya. At pare-parehas lang siya ng sinasabi. Ilagay doon sa LOA yung selection code. Bakit siya in-audit? Merong selection code na pinrovide diyan sa RMO number 32 series of 2018 as amended kung bakit ino-audit ng Bureau of Internal Revenue under office audit ng Revenue Region Assessment Division yung isang taxpayer. So mali na ilagay lang dito ni BIR yung selection code na general na section 6A and 10C. Therefore, wala pong power, authority, and jurisdiction mag-audit yung Revenue Region natin na Assessment Division. Okay? Mali yung kanyang selection code na ginamit. Hindi siya in accordance with the law. So, merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process na. Okay? And then, kung titignan natin yung threshold dito, yung threshold, sabihin natin, ay, meron, tama yung selection code. Tama yung selection code na nilagay dito sa LOA. Pero nung tinignan namin yung audit threshold dito, hindi pasok yung taxpayer. Kasi yung audit threshold dito ay based on gross sales or gross receipts. Nung tinignan namin yung reported na annual gross sales, gross receipts in the annual ITR for taxable year 2019, hindi siya pasok dito sa threshold. Example, 10 million ang Revenue Region 7A. Tapos ang annual gross sales ng taxpayer, 15 million. Hindi siya pasok dun sa threshold, therefore hindi dapat siya i-audit ng office audit under Revenue Region Assessment Division. Okay? So yun pong in-invoke natin. Walang selection code and yung threshold, hindi siya pasok dun sa threshold. So, lang gagawin mo kung merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process or merong error in the application of the law. Okay? So, ang gagawin nyo po ay wala nang iba kundi magpo-protest kayo, pero ang protest po ay in writing. Very difficult kasi sometimes yung pag-drop ng protest letter because we have to research ano yung mga legal basis na dapat nating i-invoke para ma-invalidate yung ating letter of authority na in-issue ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. Pag na-invalidate yung letter of authority ng BIR, ang ibig sabihin nun, hindi na pwede mag-audit yung revenue officer na pinangalanan dun sa LOA. Pero ang gagawin ng BIR, pag na-invalidate nga yung LOA, pwede pa silang ulit mag-issue ng panibagong LOA na in accordance with law na. Okay? Ganun lang ang tamang procedure ng BIR. Pero tayo, kung meron talagang violation of taxpayers' right to due process o merong error in the application of the law, in the issuance, receiving, and selection of the taxpayers for the tax audit, pwede kayong mag-protest anytime as early as possible. Okay? So, ito po yung format ng letter of protest natin, pero this one is the format of the letter of protest against the final assessment notice, but we have format of letter of protest against this, okay, for this cancellation of the LOA. Okay? Ngayon, nung nag-protest yung taxpayer, syempre, nag-reply si Regional Director. Kasi ang protest natin ay nakadirect yan sa Regional Director. Kapag meron pong mga violation of taxpayers' right to due process, merong defects yung letter of authority, merong manually hit, merong manually written character. May mga ganun eh. May mga underline yung LOA, any manually written character, any character. Tapos may mga check mark, tapos may contact number nilagay, sinulat. Void po yun. Void po yun under po ng Revenue Memorandum Order number 44 series of 2010. Nagsasabi na bawal po yung manually handwritten character, any manually handwritten character on the face of the LOA. Kasi ang LOA po ay electronic na. Okay? Electronic na po siya. So, pwede nyo siyang i-protest. Hindi makakancel yung LOA nyo even if void na siya because merong defektibo kung hindi kayo magpo-protest in writing. At ang protest nyo po dapat ay naka-address sa Regional Director. At dapat naka-copy per niche si si Commissioner of Internal Revenue, si Department of Finance Secretary, tsaka si Deputy Commissioner Operations Group Arnel SD Gobala para ma-inform yung mga BIR higher authorities na merong irregularities sa baba. Tsaka kasi ang ginagawa ng mga higher BIR authorities, pino-forward nila yung letter natin na copy per niche dun sa Regional Director or RDO para masolusyonan. Kasi minsan, yung mga Regional Director pag sinusulatan natin tsaka RDO level, hindi pinapansin yung sulat natin. So, mas maganda na mag-copy per niche tayo ng BIR higher authorities para ma-inform sila. Okay? So, nung nag-protest yung ating ATC student, tinulungan natin siya sa kanyang protest, ito yung reply ng Regional Director. So, tinanggal natin yung pangalan ng taxpayer for confidentiality purposes. Naka-address kay company, taxpayer, tapos sabi niya, dated August 2, 2021, galing siya sa Revenue Region Number 78, Quezon City. So, pag ganito, galing sa Revenue Region Number 78, Quezon City, ito ay galing sa Office of the Regional Director. Yung pinakamataas sa RDO. Gentlemen, this refers to your letter dated July 24, 2021, which we received on July 26, 2021, relative to the issued electronic letter of authority per letter of authority number, blah, 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 dated June 28, 2021 for taxable year 2019, requesting for the cancellation of the said LOA referring to a number of bases. So, yun ang i-request mo kung bakit ka nagpo-protest. Cancelin yung letter of authority because mayroong violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Mayroong violation of the law in the issuance, receiving, and selection of the letter of authority or other defects in the LOA na in accordance with our law na void siya in the first place. For example, yung meron siyang manually handwritten character. Any manually handwritten character, kaya check nyo yung letter of authority nyo. Ang dami kong nakikita mayroong mga manually handwritten character. Yun nga sinasuggest natin mag-protest because under Revenue Memorandum Order number 44 series of 2010, that is clearly void. Ibig sabihin walang visa. Kung walang visa yun, malamang walang gagamitin yung revenue officers na authority para mag-examine or mag-audit sa isang taxpayer. Kaya nga lang hindi yun ma-invalidate, hindi siya mabuboid kung kayo ay hindi magpo-protest. Tandaan nyo yan. Ground number 1. The LOA is null and void because it was served to and received by unauthorized person. So, talagang ganong ginawa natin. Sinabi natin na void yung LOA because pina-receive, sinerve at ni-receive ng unauthorized person. A corporation tong company. Reply. Sabi niya, maganda itong na-amaze ako. Maganda tong format ng reply letter ng Regional Director kasi meron tayong issue, itong issue natin, tapos may reply siya, iniisa-isa niya rin. Kasi ganun din ginagawa natin eh. May issue sila sa atin, iniisa-isa rin natin sagutin yon. Okay? So maganda. Nagkakaroon tayo ng idea dun sa letters na binibigay sa atin ng BIR. Okay? Reply. Company claims that the receipt of LOA by an unauthorized person is a clear violation of taxpayers' right to due process pursuant to the provisions stated by RAMO 1-2000. Tama po yun kasi sinabi po ng RAMO 1-2000, sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, yung RAMO, it means Revenue Audit Memorandum Order. Nandoon yung procedures in the conduct of tax audit by every revenue officer. Pero namyendahan na siya ng RAMO 1 series of 2020. Pero sinabi dito sa RAMO 1 series of 2000, na yung service ng letter of authority must be to taxpayer or his, her, its duly authorized representative. So, paano mo i-authorize yung ibang tao na mag-receive ng LOA on your behalf? Simple lang. Kung individual taxpayer ka, special power of attorney, properly notarized. Kung corporation ka, board resolution, properly notarized. Kung wala nun, malamang hindi sila authorized representative. Sabi niya, please be informed that the revenue officer followed the procedure as prescribed under Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110, Series of 2020, whereby a substituted service of the LOA was effected. So, ini-invoke nila yung substituted service under daw ng Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110, Series of 2020. Kapag meron pong binabanggit yung any BIR revenue official or employee sa inyo na legal basis to support their arguments against our protest, you must check. You must check kung tama ba yung legal basis na binabanggit nila sa iyo. Okay? Example nito. Meron bang Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110, Series of 2020? I-check nyo yan sa BIR website. Kasi nung chinek namin, wala. Revenue Memorandum Order 110, Series of 2020. Nung chinek namin yan, wala naman Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110, Series of 2020 sa BIR website. So, mali yung ini-invoke na legal basis ng regional director. Hindi naman po natin sinasabi na mali. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na eng-eng o walang alam. Chinek lang natin siya. Chinek lang natin siya yung legal basis na in-invoke ng regional director at nakita natin na mali yung kanyang ini-invoke. Kasi, tingnan nyo po sa BIR website. Walang Revenue Memorandum Order 110 Series of 2020. Walang ganun. Okay? So, nireplyan natin yan. Sinabi natin, wala pong Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110 Series of 2020 on the BIR website. Okay? Tapos, ang sinabi natin at in-screenshot natin yung BIR website. In-screenshot natin yung BIR website. Tapos, kinopy-paste natin dun sa reply letter natin dito sa reply ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, tinulungan natin yung ATC student natin sa kanyang protest. Tapos, ground number 2, the LOA failed to contain the correct selection code under Revenue Memorandum Order Number 19-2015 as amended and Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018 as amended. Sabi niya, reply, please, maganda talaga itong format ng regional director. Iniisa-isa niya rin yung ating mga issue. Tapos, may reply siya sa baba. Please be informed that Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018, yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, as amended, refers to taxable 2017 cases. Hence, said issuance was not applicable to this case. Okay. So, balikan po natin yun. Itong LOA kasi ay for taxable year 2019. Itong LOA ay for taxable year 2019. Tapos ang sinabi, i-check nyo i-check nyo kung tama yung sagot sa inyo. Huwag lang basta maniniwala, na-denied. Sayang effort ko. So, you must check kung tama ba yung sinasite na ng legal basis, tama ba yung arguments nila. Okay? Kasi dito, yung in-audit sa taxpayer na taxable year ay 2019. Tapos, sinabi ni Regional Director na, hey, mali. Kasi yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018 ay para lang sa taxable year 2017 cases. Sabi po natin, nag-reply tayo dito, mali po. Kasi, pag sinabi mong mali, sasabihin mo, we respectfully disagree. Or, I respectfully disagree. Kasi ang kausap mo ay government official. So, you pay respect to them in your writing. Be careful sa inyong protest. Kasi pag nag-protest kayo, hindi nyo kailangan isumpa. Hindi nyo kailangan isumpa o i-curse or maliitin o magsabi na kung ano nang masasakit na salita doon sa inyong protest na letter. Kasi walang bearing yun. Walang bearing yun. Walang kwenta yung basura yun. Walang legal basis yun. So, yung arguments mo, support mo lang ng legal basis. Okay? Do not mix your emotions dun sa paggawa ng yung protest because your emotions there have no legal basis. Like, pandemic na nga, nag-audit pa yung BIR. wala tayong magagawa kasi kailangan ng government natin ng pondo. So, ginagawa ng BIR yung trabaho niya. So, ang trabaho po natin as taxpayer is to invoke our rights just in case ma-violate ng BIR. Okay? Kasi yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018, tama naman si Regional Director na 2017 lang. Sabi dito sa Revenue Order Number 32-2018. Pero naamyendahan siya. Nabago siya. Ito, nabago siya ng Revenue Memorandum Order. Ito pa yung 32-2018. Naamyendahan siya ng 34-2018, 32-2019, pati ng Revenue Memorandum Order Number 1-2021. Hinabaan ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue, sinama yung 2018-2019 na taxable years. Sinama ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue yun. Okay? So, hindi lang 2017. Kasi inamyendahan niya ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Sinama niya yung 2018 tsaka 2019. So, mali yung sinasabi ni Regional Director na para lang sa taxable year 2017, yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018 kasi hindi niya na-consider yung mga amendments. Inamyendahan niya na 3 beses. Excuse me. Inamyendahan niya na 3 beses. Revenue Memorandum Order Number 34-2018, 32-2019, Number 1-2021. Okay? So, malinaw dyan na kasama yung taxable year 2019 sa office audit. At mali yung office audit dito sa LOA kasi walang selection code. Walang selection code kung bakit ino-audit yung taxpayer. Okay? Excuse me. So, anong ginawa natin? Nag-reply tayo sa kanya. So, yun ang sinabi natin. Na mali yung kanyang argument sa atin na yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 110-2020 is non-existent. Hindi siya nag-exist. At ang magpiprevail nga dyan na provisions in the service of the letter of authority is yung current na Revenue Audit Memorandum Order Number 1 Series of 2000. At yung sinasabi niya na for taxable year 2017 lang, at mali yun kasi merong namyendahan nga ng 3 beses yung Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32 Series of 2018 at kasama yung taxable year 2019 doon. At mali yung law na binigay, therefore, mali yung law na ibinigay sa taxpayer. Walang authority and jurisdiction and power yung Revenue Region Assessment Division na mag-audit sa taxpayer na hindi scope o coverage ng office audit in accordance with the Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32-2018. So, mali yung law na ibinigay sa kanya. So, yun ang dapat nyong i-invoke para ma-cancel yung letter of authority sa inyo. So, you have to check. Lalo-lalo na yung mga taxpayers na under office audit ngayon. Sir, paano yan, sir? Nabigyan na kami ng assessment. Pwede nyo pang i-protest yan. Hindi pa close kasi yon. Assessment pa lang yon. Hindi pa siya final, executory, and demandable. I-protest nyo yung letter of authority separately. Protest nyo yung letter of authority, protest nyo yung assessment. Okay? Para hindi magsama. At no nag-protest tayo, nag-reply tayo dun sa reply letter ni Regional Director, yung ating ATC student, nag-reply si Regional Director at mabuti naman kasi nag-reply siya kasi yung ibang BIR official hindi nag-reply, kailangan pa natin i-follow up. So ito hindi na kailangan i-follow up pa. So naka-address kay taxpayer, dated October 11, 2021. Madam, this refers to your letter dated September 20, 2021. So kasi nag-protest again tayo. Nag-protest ulit yung taxpayer natin sa Regional Director ng Bureau of Internal Revenue in reply doon sa kanyang letter. Okay? Previously, na pinakita namin sa inyo. Which we received on October 1, 2021 relative to the issuance of the electronic letter of authority per letter of authority number dated blah 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 for taxable year 2019 requesting for the cancellation of the said LOA. So, yun ang purpose mo. Yun ang main purpose mo, bakit ka nagpo-protest dun sa LOA. Cancelin mo. Kasi mali. Mali kasi pinareceive mo sa unauthorized person. Mali kasi walang selection code. Mali kasi hindi siya under ng scope ng office audit ng Bureau of Internal Revenue under Revenue Memorandum Order Number 32, 2018. Please, itong maganda. Please be informed that we are already processing your request. So, pinaprocess na raw nila yung request natin na i-cancel yung LOA. So therefore, successful yung protest ng ating ATC student sa cancellation ng kanilang company's letter of authority. Okay? Hindi makakancel ang LOA po even if void siya in the first place kung hindi nyo po siya ipo-protest at i-request na i-cancelin siya. Okay? Your case will then be referred to the Revenue District Office number 28 Novaliches for proper disposition. Please be guided accordingly. Ang magiging sagot dito ay acknowledgement lang. Reply kayo sa Regional Director na acknowledgement, ina-acknowledge nyo yung kanyang letter at to request the SPD. Mabilisang disposition of your case. Ganun na po kasimple. Yay! So, ito po yung product ng pag-aaral natin ng real-world bookkeeping. Hindi nyo kailangan matakot. Hindi nyo kailangan ma-stress. Hindi nyo kailangan magkaroon ng bangungot gabi-gabi. Nang dahil lang sa letter of authority ng BIR, ang kailangan nyo lang po ay willingness to learn para pag-aralan po yung ating real-world bookkeeping, including the BIR tax audit. Pag-aralan po natin yung tunay na buhay or real-world na BIR tax audit para alam nyo yung gagawin nyo in the actual practice. Okay? Tsaka hindi nyo kailangan dito maglagay. Okay? So, hindi, yung ating ATC student, yung taxpayer na in-audit, hindi sila naglagay. Okay? Hindi sila naglagay o nagsuhol para ma-cancel yung LOA. Yun ang maganda. Yun ang maganda. Okay? Yun ang maganda sa atin. So, hindi natin kailangan maglagay sa any revenue official or employee ng BIR para mapagbigyan lang yung gusto natin. Okay? And again, maaari nyo pong ipa-cancel yung inyong letter of authority kapag pina-receive siya at ni-receive naman siya ng hindi authorized representative. Pwede nyo i-invoke yung Revenue Audit Memorandum Order number 1 Series of 2000. Walang proper selection code. Ang selection code na nakalagay ay Section 6A, Section 10C ng National Internal Revenue Code. No, mali po yun. Kung hindi naman under office audit yung inyong katalog na ito, hindi po under ng office audit yung inyong letter of authority. Kasi ito under to ng office audit eh. Ito, may office audit siya eh. Yung isa, under po siya ng RDO audit. RDO po nag-audit sa akin. Pero, yung nakalagay diyan na, na selection code ay in accordance with Revenue Memorandum Order number 19 Series of 2015. In-audit ako kasi nag-apply ako ng income tax refund. At malinaw dito sa Revenue Memorandum Order number 19 2015 na yung nag-a-apply ng income tax refund ay subject sa mandatory tax audit. So kung ang nakalagay sa selection code criteria nyo doon sa LOA nyo ay Section 6A, 10C, violation of taxpayers' right to due process na yan. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng taxpayers ay subject to tax audit. Merong selection criteria. May piling taxpayers lang na dapat i-audit ng BIR. Yan ay in accordance with the Revenue Memorandum Order number 19 2015 at Revenue Memorandum Order number 32 2018 as amended for office audit. So dalawa siya. RMO 19 2015, RMO number 32 2018 as amended. So kung wala kayo dun sa taxpayers na yon, dun sa selection na yon, wala kayo sa selection criteria na yon, hindi kayo pwedeng i-audit ng BIR. Tandaan nyo yan. So kung nakita nyo Section 6A, 10C, pwede nyo siyang i-audit, pwede nyo siya i-protest sa office ng Regional Director na pumirma ng inyong letter of authority. And do not forget, sa our tips, i-copy furnish nyo yung protest letter nyo, i-copy furnish nyo yung BIR Commissioner of Internal Revenue, Deputy Commissioner Operations Group, Arnold S.D. Gubala, if I'm not mistaken, and the Department of Finance Secretary, Carlos Dominguez III, because para ma-inform yung mga BIR higher authorities, the DOF, of the irregularities na nangyayari sa RDO level and regional level. Okay? At saka besides, para utusan nila yung regional director, RDO, or revenue district office na official or employee or concerned na official and employee ng regional level na replyan tayo na solusyonan nila yung issue natin na ni-raise dun sa ating audit. Okay? Tandaan nyo po yan. So, hindi nyo kailangan matakot. Ang kailangan na po natin ay ma-educate tayo. Okay? So, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat sa pagpapile po ng protest letter against your letter of authority to request the cancellation of the said LOA. Ang timeline po natin dyan, ang deadline, as early as possible. As early as possible para hindi na kayo magpasa ng books of accounts and other accounting records. Kasi dito sa taxpayer na tinulungan natin mag-protest, hindi na sila nakapagpasa ng books of accounts and other accounting records. So, wala nang hassle on their part. Doon pa lang sa LOA, pinrotest na kagad, na-cancel siya. So, maaaring ang gagawin ng BIR kapag na-cancel siya, maaaring gawin ng BIR, mag-issue na panibagong LOA. Okay? So, kung hindi siya under ng office audit, hindi siya under ng threshold for office audit, dun siya pwede sa RMO 19/2015. Pero dapat may selection code pa rin. Pero dapat pinapareceive pa rin sa authorized representative. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? Problem solved. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay marami kayo natutunan sa ating topic ngayon na successful cancellation of your letter of authority. This is the proof na may saysay. May saysay, may kwenta yung ating pinag-aaralan. Okay? Yung ating pinaglalaban. And we would like to invite you to our online education. Makakapag-aral na po tayo anytime, anywhere ng ating real-world BIR tax audit. So, sa mga gusto pa pong matuto about the BIR tax audit, charan, ito po yung ginamit ng ating ATC student. Meron po tayong RWB book BIR tax audit. Okay? Dito po natin pag-aaralan yung ating, ito po, yung ating RWB book po ay meron siyang package na exclusive ATC videos na to explain the contents step by step. Marami po yan, series po yan, more than 20. So, hindi nyo kailangan basahin to para pag-aralan because we have explanation through our online ATC videos na exclusive lang para sa inyo. Pag-aaralan po natin dito ay yung from letter of authority. Ayan po, tingnan nyo po, basahin nyo sa bandang baba. In-audit ako kasi pursuant to the mandatory claim for income tax refund. Hindi sinabi ng RDO na in-audit ako under Section 6810C ng ating tax code. Yung mandatory audit na yan, claim for income tax refund, under yan ng Revenue Memorandum Order number 19/2015. Okay? 2018 pa po yan in-audit ako. Okay? So, kung kayo ay merong LOA na may Section 6810C sa selection code in your LOA, pwede niya yan invalidate. Merong violation of taxpayers' right to due process. Hindi nasunod yung procedures under Revenue Memorandum Order 19/2015. Okay? Ito po, pag-aaralan din po natin kung paano i-comply yung LOA, i-protest yung LOA, sino dapat mag-i-issue ng LOA, sino magpipirma ng LOA, sino magre-receive ng LOA. Yan. And we have checklist of the requirements. Yung checklist of requirements, ang problema dyan, ang dami-dami nang hinihingi sa'yo. Hindi naman applicable lahat, diba? So, just sa ating checklist of the requirements, kailangan natin ng transmittal letter as proof na nakapag-submit tayo, nakapag-comply tayo sa ating letter of authority. At may format po tayo dito ng transmittal letter. At sinasabi naman natin sa transmittal letter na applicable to and not applicable. If not applicable, sinasite po natin yung legal basis natin. You need certificate of appearance also para sa proof na nag-appear talaga kayo para mag-comply dun sa ating checklist of the requirements in the per LOA. We have first notice, second and final notice, and the subpoena ducis tecum. May mga ATC students na rin tayo na nabigyan ng subpoena ducis tecum. Pero nga, ina-assist natin sila, sinasabi natin, napaliwanag naman natin sa ATC videos natin. Huwag ka mataranta. Okay? Huwag ka mataranta. Kasi basic lang naman ang compliance sa subpoena ducis tecum. Pinapa-appear ka lang. Pinapadala yung dapat idalahin mo na books of accounts, other accounting records na hindi mo na ibigay. So, dadalhin mo lang din yun. Pero pag dala ka nun, dapat may transmittal letter ka. May certificate of appearance ka din. Okay? Hindi naman sila nakasuhan ng failure to obey summon. Nakapag-comply sila. Sila mismo nag-comply. Letter of protest against your LOA assessment. Meron po tayo dito. May mga actual tayong BIR tax audit case dito na pag-aaralan. And Yan, notice for informal conference dati yan, pero notice of ano na siya ngayon? Notice of delinquency na. And preliminary assessment notice, the corresponding letter of protest, the formal letter of demand final assessment notice, yan. May mga actual tayo ditong assessment case. The waiver, pipirmahan mo ba o hindi? Meron tayong isang ATC student na kinukulit-kulit ng revenue officer na pirmahan daw yung kanilang waiver. Paulit-ulit tayo niyang sinasabi sa inyo na, including sa ating ATC student, na hindi required pirmahan ng waiver. Optional yan on the part of taxpayer. Tsaka kahit pirmahan mo yung waiver, walang benefit yan sa taxpayer. Hindi bababa yung assessment dyan. Okay, tandaan yan, hindi bababa yung assessment kasi pumirma ka ng waiver. Tsaka ano ba wini-waive mo dyan? Ang wini-waive mo dyan, yung prescription ng assessment under section 203 ng ating tax code na 3 years lang. So, ba't mo pipirmahan? Pwede mong gamitin yun sa protest mo, di ba? And the final decision on disputed assessment, ito yung huli kong na-receive na assessment from the BIR. At yan ay nakaprotest sa Office of the Commissioner of Internal Revenue. The corresponding letter of protest, and sa mga RWB book owner po natin, medyo makapal po siya. Excuse me. Nandito na po nakatouch yung revenue issuance na Revenue Memorandum Order number 19/2015. Nakatouch na po siya dito. May mga applicable na rin tayong Supreme Court decision dito, Court of Tax Appeals decision na applicable sa BIR tax audit. May mga actual tayong BIR tax audit cases dito. Example, may mga actual tayong LOA. Charan! Actual LOA. Sa akin. Yan. Pag-aaralan natin siya. Yan. Pag-aaralan natin siya step by step from LOA hanggang assessment. So, meron tayong unlimited RWB support sa inyo. Pwede kayong mag-consult sa amin free of charge about your tax audit, about your next move, ano ba yung gagawin ninyo, ano ba yung dapat nyong gawin. Yan. Free of charge yun. Pwede kayong mag-chat sa ating Facebook, pwedeng tawag, pwedeng email, pwedeng text. Wala po kayong babayaran because kasama na po yun sa package ng ating RWB book, yung ating unlimited RWB support. And available yung ating COD, cash on delivery. Bayaran nyo na lang yung RWB book nyo kapag na-receive nyo na from LBC, from our private courier partner. Okay? And before we end our ATC video today, we would like to invite you, we would like to give you a beautiful educational quote na change your mind and change your life. Kung dati po naglalagay kayo para masettle yung inyong BIR tax audit case at taon-taon kayo ino-audit dahil naglalagay kayo, mas maganda na pag-aralan nyo na yung actual na BIR tax audit para it's about time na itigil nyo na yung maling practice nyo. Maling practice ng paglalagay sa revenue official or employee ng BIR to settle your tax audit. Okay? Mali yun kasi talo yung bayan. Mali yun kasi next year may audit ka na naman. Okay? Dito na-cancel natin yung LOA, hindi tayo naglagay. In-invoke lang natin yung rights natin at yun ang dapat nyong gawin. In-invoke nyo yung rights nyo. Kaya lang dapat nyong matutunan muna yung ating pag-aaralan dito. Okay? And this is our Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. Please like and follow nyo na po yung ating Facebook page for any updates. In our Facebook group, Real World Bookkeeping, join na po kayo sa ating Facebook group, Real World Bookkeeping. In our YouTube channel, kung pinapanood nyo po kami sa ating YouTube channel, please follow us on our YouTube channel. Kung nagustuhan nyo yung ating topic ngayon, please like nyo po. Kung hindi nyo nagustuhan, dislike nyo, okay na po sa amin. In our Vimeo, ito pong Vimeo natin, ito yung platform natin ng mga exclusive nating ATC videos. Hindi siya available sa public. Ito yung platform natin, okay, Vimeo. In our Twitter, in Instagram, please follow us on our social media accounts, Accounting Tutorial Center. And if you have further questions regarding our RWB book or other topics, please do not hesitate to contact us on our Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. Yung tumatawag po sa amin na hindi naka-register yung kanilang number kasi yung mga RWB book owners natin, naka-register yung kanilang contact numbers on our cellphone. Yung mga numbers lang na hindi sila RWB book owner, nagpapakonsult, hindi po available yung call consultation sa mga hindi RWB book owner. So, pwede nila i-send yung kanilang message or inquiry on our Facebook page na lang. Okay? Sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa akin, my name is Mark Lord Bumagat, your RWB teacher, na lagi po nagsasabing, be educated po and you will be empowered. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay marami kayo natutunan sa ating topic na successful cancellation of the BIR Letter of Authority. Okay? Maraming salamat po. And if you want to learn more, how to cancel your LOA, comply your LOA, your assessment, please mag-invest na po kayo sa inyong RWB book. And the investment fee for RWB book is 9,999 only. Free delivery of our RWB book. May RWB support na siya. May package na rin po siya ng exclusive HTC videos. Okay? Bye-bye! Sana po magkita tayo sa ating topics na RWB book BIR Tax Audit. Bye-bye!